Hi everybody, in today's video we're going to cover the 540 hook kick. We're going to provide the tutorial on how to perform the technique broken down into 3 sections. First, we're going to cover the technical aspect of the technique. 2, we're going to show you what are some of the common mistakes being done for athletes who are trying out these techniques. And 3, we're going to show you progression drills that will help you learn the basic of the technique, being able to execute the technique, and lastly, to do it with finesse so that you can effectively apply it in your freestyle routine. So before we go into the technique itself, I want to remind everybody of 3 important points. 1, you want to be able to master the hook kick so that it can be effectively executed while jumping. 2, we want to be able to jump effectively so that we get enough elevation as well as having good enough control in mid-air. And 3, which is probably most important of all, which is landing safely. For this drill, we're going to do the hook kick in place and broken down into steps. 1, make sure you have a proper spotting of the target. 2, we're going to move in a linear line by turning instead of doing a circular turn. This will give you more control. From the turning position, you're going to turn and spot over your shoulder as if you're doing a back kick. Instead of doing the back kick in this position, you're going to side kick and then hook over and land onto the side. Turn, spot, chamber, side kick, and hook onto the side. Making sure that as we're kicking, it is important to counterbalance the kick by whipping the chest back as you're executing the hook kick. Common mistake for this is when the athletes are keeping the arms away from the body as they're kicking. This makes it very challenging for them to stay in balance. Now, let's take a look at the hook kick with the stepping application. First, step up with the clear vision of where you are kicking. 2, turn your body, spot the target one more time, chamber and hook kick. Let's take a look at this again in full speed. Some of the common mistakes for this drill with the stepping application is athletes will step circular or to the side, which makes their balance harder to control after the kick. First, sit to the side. From this position, keep your arms to the fore. Your kicking knee, you're going to first lift it up, and you're going to do the hook kick by side kicking out into the front and stretching it all the way back. Start to do this in slow motion. From the chamber position, you're going to work on power and ensuring that the kick is not only powerful, but at the same time, the leg is straightened out. For the next drill, find a chair. First of all, grab the chair on with both arms, and then looking at the direction of the kick, you go to chamber and practice the hook kick. For this drill, it is important to keep both hands onto the chair at all times. Finish the kick completely before you chamber it back tightly. This will help with the isolation of the chest upon the kick. For this next drill, stand behind the chair. You're going to chamber first and kick toward one side of the chair, and you're going to finish the kick onto the side of the chair, like this. For the next drill, we're going to hook kick in place. Step 1, make sure you have a clear vision of the target. 2, turn and spot the target once again. 3, kick at the corner of the chair and finish onto the side. Next, we're going to practice a stepping hook kick. To start, move away from the chair. Step 1, step and spot the target. Turn and spot the target again. Chamber and kick toward one side of the chair and landing onto the side. Once you feel more comfortable, find a taller object. And apply the same drill. Let's work on our jump. We're going to break it down into 4 steps. Step 1, step and spot the target. Step 2, turn, arms, chest up, knee up, whilst looking at the target, facing 45 degrees. Step 3, we're going to jump straight up. Step 4, we're going to tuck in our arms and our knee to rotate and land. For the stepping, it is important that we are stepping away from our body while staying low. Like this. Another important point is we must step in a linear line. And avoid doing circular stepping. Step 2. Once we finish the step, we're going to turn arm, chest, and knee lift at a 45 degrees. Step 3. Once you have stepped and turned, as you are throwing your arm, knee, and chest up, we're going to jump straight up. Step 4. Once we have jumped directly straight up, we're going to tuck to rotate and finish the jump. And lastly, we're going to cover the landing. It is simple, but it is the most important thing of the technique. For the landing, make sure that when you're landing, you're in a bent landing knee position like this. It's almost like a front stance. So when we're landing, we're going to absorb the shock. For this first drill, this will help us with our spin. Find a line, stay in the middle of it, and we're going to jump to our spinning side only 90 degrees at a time, like this. Once you feel comfortable, we're going to jump 180 degrees. So from front, I'm going to face back, keeping the jump minimal height. And finally, we're going to jump 360. So from the front view, we're going to finish also at the front view, like this. Next, we're going to work on our rotations. So once we jump straight up, we're going to continue spotting the front. And when we cannot see the front anymore, we're going to quickly pull in to turn to the side, like this. Alright everybody, thank you for joining us. We brothers had a lot of fun shooting this video today. We got to share with you the 540 technique. We got to work on the basics, some of the application and different ways to make the techniques better.
We had a lot of fun today. We hope you learned a lot and take away something new. And we are excited to see all of you in the next competition.
Thank you so much. Once you feel more comfortable, find a taller object.